It's Wild Wednesday, and Josh with the Potawatomi Zoo is here, and he always brings us a friend. So who did you bring with you today?
I brought a little screech owl today. His name is Poot. We have several screech owls at the zoo. I don't think this is probably the first time you've met him.
It is the first time I met him.
Yeah, so he's one of our ambassador animal programs that we talk about, but we've talked about this before, that we really are about a breeding programs and sustainability, but once in a while for our ambassador animals, we'll take in rehab animals. So birds of prey, all the ones at the zoo have really sad stories. Unfortunately, Poot lost one. He's not showing it, but he's lost one of his eyes. You can see he was actually hit by a car. So unfortunately, he couldn't live in the wild. So we're able to bring him to the zoo, give him a good rest of their lives. He's enriched by the keepers and everything. Just come out for education and talk about, you know, some of the things going on with owls, and he has a pretty important role. So
did somebody like surrender him to the zoo then? Or?
Yeah, so we'll work with local rehabbers.
Okay.
It's amazing how many calls they'll get with eagles to all kinds of birds of prey. We have a red-tailed hawk, we have a barred owl, we have several different species. It's actually kind of sad how many birds need our help. So it's actually, unfortunately, kind of easy to get them. So.
Well, but it's wonderful, though, that you guys are able to take them in, and that he has probably a better life than he ever imagined.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, he would not with as much. They rely on sight so much for hunting. I was telling you in the break that they can't move their eye sockets.
Yeah.
So they only move their heads 190 degrees to see. And visually in the wild, he would have a very hard time surviving on his own with only one eye.
I always feel like he's just eyeing me, like he just is looking at me with one eye. That's right. That's right. So the weather's warming up. What kind of activity are you having at the zoo right now?
We're gearing up for opening season, but we're really excited. We were just talking about the Lantern Festival.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yeah, so we'll be doing a story on that, but next Wednesday it starts. We have over 60 displays in the zoo. I have to say it's bigger than better than I ever thought it was going to be. Massive display. I mean, there's a bear alone that wouldn't even fit in the studio. I mean, it's amazing. So that'll start Wednesday. That's going to run from Wednesday to Sunday every night at the zoo for 10 weeks. So that'll be fun for the zoo. But then in 3 weeks, we're opening for the season, believe it or not.
Wow.
So, just saw the giraffes out in the yard. So it's warm. When I can see the giraffes out in the yard, that means it's warming up. Little Hadassah, the little baby giraffe that we had a few months ago, she'll be out this year. So we're really excited to get the zoo open and ready to go. So
who else kind of comes to the surface when the weather starts to warm up?
You know what? A lot of like the primates out on the islands. We have the spider monkeys and lemurs. They get to come out. The big tortoises, they kind of go hidden for the winter. They'll get to come out in their yards. So the zoo really does come to life. So,
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
We're really excited.
So let's talk a little bit about the membership, because maybe there are people that don't know about that. Like, what are the advantages of getting a zoo membership?
You know, we talk about being an accredited zoo. When you buy a membership at our zoo, you actually get 50% off at all other accredited zoos across the country, including Fort Wayne, Grand Rapids, some of the zoos around us, which is a nice perk. But a family of 4 can come to the zoo twice, and it pays for your membership. So you can come all year long. It doesn't include the Lantern Festival. It is a discounted price at Lanterns because that's a special fundraising event at night. But it's definitely well worth it if you're someone that's coming to the zoo on a regular basis. And plus, it's helped support the zoo. So.
Well, so I want to circle back around to the Lantern Festival. So we were talking about that. So you guys got a hold of this. Like, what's the closest location that you could go to if it weren't here?
Grand Rapids is going to be one. They do a big festival every year. We're probably one of the smaller zoos that have taken this on. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, I was at Cleveland or I was at St. Louis Zoo and I saw this. It was amazing. I can't believe you got it here in South Bend." I'm like, "That's right." I keep hearing you're like a big zoo, and I'm like, "We aren't like a big zoo. We are a big zoo."
That's right. Well, like I said, I was so impressed. We took a drive by there the other day, and the big giraffe, I think, that's at the opening. Is that what it is?
Yeah, those.
But then when you kind of walk around, like, I cannot wait. And so there's a possibility of extending hours, correct?
There are. So right now it's going to go till 10 o'clock. We're going to, because it gets it doesn't really get dark now until 8:30. So we may have to extend it to 11, especially on the weekends. But we just wanted to kind of play it out and see if people would actually stay that late on a Wednesday, Thursday night. So, but we're ready to do it if we need to. So.
I love it. What other activities do you have happening for the springtime?
Oh my gosh, well, our camps are online right now. You can start booking your camps. Those are going really, really quick. So we run 2 educational camps for all ages for our education department. That'll be happening. We've got some big events coming up. We're going to have in June a big high-end event called Zoo Rendezvous. It's going to be a VIP experience, all you can eat, all you can drink, adults only. That'll be fun. We're going to, of course, Zoo Brew in the fall. We have a whole year full. So,
what does that mean to you to be able to have all these other activities, not just like people coming to visit the zoo, but to be able to bring all of these events and activities in?
You know, for us, it's that connection with the community. As being a zoo, we're not just about the animals. We talk about that's our true mission, but we really are trying to engage with the community. And a lot of times people say, well, you know, I haven't been to the zoo because I don't have kids. Well, we're a zoo now for everybody. I mean, whether it's the horticulture, the sculptures we have in the zoo, it's these adult-only events, your banquets. We're having so many. We had over 50 corporate picnics last year.
Wow.
That's businesses with no kids that just bring their company to the zoo to see the zoo. So that's what it's all about. So when we can be able to do these events, not only is it a fundraiser for the zoo, it's really connecting the community to what we're doing, and then it hopefully brings them back and brings their families back. And so it's been fun to watch that kind of transition happen.
I love it, and I love everything that you've done for our zoo, so thank you. And thank you for bringing in Poot.
Yep.
For more information on the Potawatomi Zoo and to get a membership, check out your screen. You can visit their website at pottawatomizoo.org or give them a call at 574-235-9800, and you can check them out on Facebook.